All right, Assalamualaikum. Again, good evening, everyone. I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope I did not startle you with the music just now. Can I start the class just to check? Let me see the chat box.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, sure. That's nice. Thank you so much for responding. All right, I will share. Okay, later on, I'm going to share this Jamboard with you, but let me just bin Hanafiah Elias Abdul Fattah, and I'm currently teaching in SMK Seribayu. Um, for tonight, we are going to do guided writing, and our topic would be in Unit 6. Okay, Unit 6 of your textbook. Your textbook is English download. So if you have your English download with you, you can later turn to page 78 and 79. But before that, um, let me check. Okay, so we have approximately 250. I'll just go. Um, Let me first share this Jamboard with you so that you can share what you restricted. How do I change this? Got it. Anyone with the link can become the editor. Okay, copy link. I'm gonna share it in the chat box. Mm, So that's the link for the Jamboard. Please don't reply anything yet in the chat box so that everyone can click on it. And what I want you to do is use the post-it notes and try to put in your expectations from this lesson. What would you want to learn from this lesson? What do you expect to get from this session? So make sure you use the post-it note, sticky notes here there, and then write whatever your expectation is. I expect to learn, or I want to learn about anything, right? And then I'll check it out in a bit. Make sure you are at the right page. I have 13 pages there. So far, 22 of you are in the Jamboard. You can just share with us what you expect to get from this lesson. Bila sebut guided writing, what do you want to learn about guided writing? What don't you know about guided writing? Or at least from anything at all. Alhamdulillah, Arif Sarudin is there. I see some bubbles coming up, but so far, no notes yet. We'll give it some time. Come on, any answers from the 22 of you? Okay, I can see one now. That's nice. The others, you can click on the link that I've just shared. I'll share it again in the chat box. You can go in and I see some answers. Yes, very nice answers there. To learn about how to attempt the essay efficiently, of course. Well, I'm looking forward for that as well. I want to learn more connectors. That's interesting. Connectors, yes. Enlarge my knowledge on English grammar to fulfill a working conversation. That's nice, but very, very ambitious. I cannot help you only in one night. What else do we have there? It's okay. You can just share. If I cannot see it, I'll just move the other stuff away. I hope I can understand what you're teaching us. I hope so too. Trick that can use on writing. I'm not a magician. I cannot teach you any tricks. In the meantime, okay, nothing is happening in the chat box, so should be okay. All right. Any other? I want to learn everything about English. It's just interesting. Yes, it is interesting, and it's weird too. I'm gonna have to tell you that. If you want to add knowledge, oh, there are currently too many people viewing this file. Okay, maybe we need to slow down and take a break. But it's okay. We take it easy for tonight. If you can respond, then add anything. I'll always come back and check it out. So if you cannot, then that's it. I think I've seen quite a number already. Somebody is erasing lines. Don't worry about the lines that you scribble or whatnot. Leave it be. Okay, if you're done with the note that you've written, then that should be it. Okay, thank you so much for your response. I think that should be it for ideas for opening. Oh yes, we do need ideas for opening. Exactly. It's actually a crucial part of an essay. Penting untuk opening tu lagipun kamu ayo I think I might love you sir. Apa kau nama tu? Speechless. Opening tadi is very important. Macam tu. Because now your essay is a bit shorter than before. It's a different format altogether. Rajin betul siapa duk susun ni. Jangan OCD sangat. Biar je, biar je. Let's move on to the next frame. Okay. Let's see what we have in the next frame. Masya Allah, bagus dah. Who's the class assistant? Round of applause to you. Saya tak ada soundboard. Kalau ada, saya click for people to clap lah. Okay, thank you so much for arranging the notes, making it all uniform sized. I don't know who you are, but you're a hero. Answering techniques. This is the same like tricks. Answering technique and tricks. Okay. The thing is, you should know that your textbook is actually really, really helpful with your writing, especially. It has all the tips and tricks, and it has most of the instructions similar to the question that we have in our new CEFR format for SPM. We'll have a look at the comparison later. For now, let's move on. Please leave the board, leave the frame B. Okay. Astaghfirullahalazim. No wonder. Another thing is happening here. Okay. Let's just check to see if there are any. Okay. No more damages on the other side. Don't worry about this one. I'll help you padam that one. Okay. Okay. Now, I want to. Silap tu. Bukan kat sini. Okay, we are talking about Unit 6. Our essay later will be about crimes and punishment. So, what we are going to do is we are going to so many things moving on the screen. We are going to talk about crimes and punishment. What I want you to do on this page is, if you have the time, you can use, don't scribble. You can use the sticky notes to share with us what are the type of crimes that you know. Masya Allah. Dah jangan duk mengarut nah. Apa? Kesian kat orang yang OCD tadi tu padam. Our hero tu duk padam. Okay, thank you so much. Can you share with me what do you think are the crimes that are happening in Malaysia? Please use the sticky notes. Don't use pen or pencil because it's going to mess things up. That's why I want you to use the sticky notes. Trespasser, that's a good one. Shoplifting, murderer, arson. Yes, arson is a new word, but it's in the textbook. Vandalism, graffiti. Graffiti is also under, what do you call that? Vandalism. Theft. We have so many types of thefts. Human trafficking, rape, very sensitive. Okay, I'm going to avoid to talk about that one, just so that I don't trigger anyone. Robbery is not robbery. Okay, drug trafficking, human trafficking, abuse. To beat my weakness. Beat my weakness tu bukan tu. Mental bully. Okay, betul. That is also a crime. Drug trafficking, money laundering. Okay, money laundering is apa? Kita panggil apa dalam ni? Gubahan wang haram. Housebreaking. Okay. Cyberbullying. This is very rampant now. Cyberbullying. I hope any of you in this session, do not at all partake in cyberbullying. All right, and all the other crimes that you can see on the screen. Okay. Toxic people. Being toxic is not exactly a crime, but using pen on this frame is a crime. Don't use a pen on my frame. All right. Committing suicide unluckily in Malaysia is considered a crime. Okay. What else? Drunk driving. Yes, drunk driving is also a crime. Pickpocketing. What else do we have there? Burglar, arson, vandalism. Okay, that's the same one. Robbery, sexual harassment, child abuse. Yes. Abuse in general, of course. All right. Seems like you know quite a lot about crimes in Malaysia, especially. And I hope, sexual jokes. Yes, of course. It's, how do I say this? Is it a crime? I don't think it's in any part of the law, but of course, it's wrong. Okay, to make sexual jokes. If it falls under harassment, then automatically that is what do you call that? A crime in itself, right? Let's move on to the next frame. Okay, now still the same thing. You are going to use the post-it notes again. Make sure you use small ones so that it's easier for our hero to rearrange. Please list down the punishments that you know that are currently being practiced in Malaysia. Someone's excited about arson. Yeah, arson is pembakaran. Pembakaran. It's not like open burning. Open burning is also what do you call that? A crime. But arson is when you have ill intention. You go to someone else's house, and then you start a fire and cause damage to the property. Okay, kamu rosakkan harta benda dengan menggunakan api. Usually, we don't use it, but people, the criminals, they use Molotov cocktail. They call it to start a fire at another person's house. Okay. You guys are very advanced with this Jamboard thingy. Actually, to be honest, I just started today, and the way I see it, this is really, really nice. Okay. I'd like to ask you to not deviate from whatever we are discussing. Please help and make sure it's pleasant for everyone. Okay? Masya Allah, siapa jahat sangat tu? Kill them. Death. We might not say kill. We say a death sentence. Depends. That's also very heavy. It's a very heavy. In fact, in some countries, death sentence are not allowed. Okay. Kisas and hudud, yes. Those are good ideas too, but it needs a lot of discussion and ways to implement before we can do it to in Malaysia, not to in Malaysia. Okay, jail, social service. I like social service. Confiscation. What do you know the meaning of confiscation? Okay, jail, temporary, punish to pay money or both. Okay, what is confiscation? Siapa boleh bagi tahu dalam chat box? Juvenile school, yeah. Send them to an army camp. Rehabilitation if it's related to what do you call that, character. Okay, so you have to go to for rehab. Fine is denda. Okay, usually money. We cure the personality. Wow. Oh, rampasan, yes. Confiscation is rampasan ataupun merampas. You take away their possession, either for investigation or as a punishment to them. All right. Confiscation of property, compensation, payments. Yes, correct. Okay, those are all the things that we discuss when we talk about crimes and punishment. Okay. Let's move on to okay, I think we are going to go to, before we go to the question, I will change. I will use the other device to share with you. Okay. So we are going to look at SPM 2021 guided writing. Okay, guided writing. Do you know which part of guided writing is in the SPM paper? Or do you know, you can turn on your microphone now. Maybe we can interact using the microphone now, since I'm not going to use the screen so much.
Paper 1.
Paper 1, okay. Others? It's actually in if I'm not mistaken, it's in paper 2. Let's check. Paper 2 for writing. It's the new format now. And we have the buku format here.
Section 2.
Correct. Yes, paper 2, section 2. So I'm referring to this document by the KPM, format pentaksiran bahasa Inggeris yang dijajarkan kepada CEFR, CJ Pelajaran Malaysia mulai tahun 2021. Bahasa Inggeris, still the same code, 1119. You have 4 papers now. Okay, you have 4 papers now altogether, according to the language skills, speaking, listening, reading, and writing. For today exclusively, we are going to do a lesson, just a lesson, and I'll add a bit on writing part 2. Okay, let's just have a go through, just a quick look throughout this paper 2. So this is part 1 for paper 2. You did this with teacher Niza last week, 2 weeks ago, a fortnight ago, I believe. And you did an awesome lesson with them to reply an email or a letter to a friend of yours. Okay, so this is what is given in the format by the ministry. Okay, and then the second part, which what we are going to discuss today, looks like this one. So the question is simple. You have altogether what do you call that? 3 parts to the question paper. And we are going to do exclusively on part 2 for writing for tonight. All right. I'll just show you part 3. Okay, part 3, there are 3 questions for you to choose from. And this is where the format comes in. Article, letter, review, okay? And the others that you have in your Form 4 and Form 5 textbook. So you can refer primarily to these 2 books, okay? Aside from your, what do you call that? Reference or exercise books that are aplenty in the stores now. Okay, so can you tell me, kanin tu, yang ni. Can you tell me what is your, what do you call that? Impression about this SPM or English primarily? Can you share with me using your microphone? Or you can also use the chat box. What do you think about this SPM?
Very hard.
Very hard or difficult? Lagi? What else? Apa lagi? You are nervous, anxious about it. Yes, yes, yes. Everyone is. I am too. Creepy. Yeah. In a way, yes. Nervous or anxious. Challenging, scary, boring. Okay, that's a first. Boring. Easy. Wow. Thrilling. Yeah. Clueless. Okay. Challenging. Yes, 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 yes. It seems like a lot of you lost motivation sometimes. Please keep up with whatever we have. We are trying our best to help you with your lesson. Okay, please do not get left behind. Okay, try to do, if you cannot do everything, do little things at different times. Okay, curious. It's easy when you know the tips to do it. Exactly. Better than the previous format. Okay, I know who this is. Overwhelming. Yes, it can be. Okay. All right. What I want you to do is whatever you're facing, it sounds like big. Okay. Semacam banyak nak kena buat. 4 papers. What are you going to do with 4 papers? Is it going to be easy or is it going to be hard? If you ask me, actually, it's easy. Okay. It's easy. But it carries lots of marks. Okay, it carries lots of marks. So you have to know that now, more than ever, it's very important for you to try and do speaking, reading, even listening, and writing. The easiest marks to score would be writing. I promise you that's the easiest. And then speaking. Okay, if you're not nervous, if you can train yourself to be confident, you can actually uh, aim to score good marks. Okay, and then there goes listening and also reading. Reading would require you to know lots of vocabulary. Okay, and it's for SPM level. Don't worry. It doesn't necessarily have to be sophisticated all the time. Okay, or you love to call it bombastic, right? But actually, for me, SPM 2021 is quite easy if you know how to do. And again, I'd like to stress this. I cannot stress this enough. You have to refer to your textbook primarily. Okay, refer. That's not your textbook. This is your textbook. Okay, English download. You have all the tips in there. We'll go through. Okay. So, before we go to guided writing altogether, let's have a look at the format first. Okay, what do we have? What can you expect bila kita buka kertas soalan when we look at the question? What will you be able to see? Okay, so what we have first is the styles. You should know there are different styles to approach. What do you call that? Mm, this essay. Okay, when I look at the different questions in different workbooks, sometimes they come up with very creative types of question. But one advice from me is stick to your textbook. Okay, in your textbook, you have at least for Form 5, there are 4 guided writing questions. If you want to take down, you can take down now the number of pages. On page 41, Unit 3, it's about lifestyle, world-class sports facility. That's 41. That's one guided writing for you. The second one is on page 67, Unit 5. And this is about growing our own food. Okay, page 67. If you want to look at guided writing later on. And for tonight, we're doing Unit 6, page 79. This one is crime and punishment. And the last one in your English download is Unit 10, page 131. Okay, so 4 altogether. The others are either part 1 or part 3. And in your uh, Form 4 book, Full Blast, there are different types of style of writing. Actually, in this book, you can refer to the different styles that you are going to use to write essays in guided writing. Of course, there are no questions directly the same as the one I've shown in buku format, but it will teach you. It's very important because it will teach you how to give, let's say, how to use modal verbs to give suggestions, okay, to give advice, and also to um, make argument, okay, make argument to support your opinion. So those are the things that are being taught in this book. So if you want to see the format, you refer to the pages that I mentioned just now. But if you want to know how to learn, how to write, you can you can either borrow your junior's book, or actually we have the soft copy online. You can go look for it in Telegram. We have plenty of resources, and look at this this part. Apa? Okay, tak nampak pula ada tu. Biar ada. In the content, you will see what are the skills being taught for writing. All right. So far, I hope you are still with me. If you have questions, please ask. Excuse me. So the styles that we have, either and not limited to only this, yeah. We have so far, what I've seen is argumentative. Argumentative is whether you agree or you disagree, or what are the benefits of this and that. So those are the types of questions that we have. We also have persuasive. Persuasive includes giving suggestions, okay, on what to buy, and maybe how to plan something. It's always soalan guided writing. Soalan guided writing, the way I see it, is always like your teacher just caught you talking in class. Okay, macam cikgu baru tegur kamu bercakap dalam kelas. Dia kata macam ni, you and your classmates have been talking about keeping the country clean. Now your teacher has asked you to write an essay. It's like a denda. It's like a punishment for you for talking in class. So actually that's easy. And if you look at it later, we'll go through. You only have to write a short essay. If you don't believe me, we'll have a look later. Okay, why did I say short essay? Because you only need 125, approximately 250 words. Okay, for part 2 in your writing paper. if you look at the textbook, they would ask you to write more, 140 and 260, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, sure, in a bit. Apa? But don't follow the numbering in the textbook, the limit for words in textbook. You should follow what is in the buku format. I'm sure your teachers have the copy of that. Again, yes, actually, oh, thank you, Nur Amira Husna. You are great help. Yongwa, 140 to 190 word is in the textbook. Okay, that's what's written in the textbook. But for SPM question, like the document that I shown you just now, buku format, that one, they actually mention 125 to 150 words. Okay, so you can practice using more, but I think it's better for you to be precise and be concise when you are writing this essay, because I don't want you to lose marks because you write too long of an essay. All right. So try to practice that. Um, what's important in this part of the question is actually the point of view. The point of view meaning your opinion. Okay, you have to bring forward your opinion, whether you agree or you disagree, or which one would you choose, or what is your preference. Okay, and after that, you have to give reasons to your choice. Okay, these two things are important. So always make sure you know your way on how to present an argument and how to support your argument with any reasons. And um, try to learn to make it very compact and concise. Okay. Mm, other than that, we have the structure. Okay, so of course, a lot of you will ask, how many paragraphs? Okay, we know how many words already. What are the word limit? Word limit in textbook is not the same as in the buku format. Whatever it is, I would like to implore you to always read the instruction. Okay, since you are going to be the frontliners for SPM. Okay, you are going to be the trailblazers, you are going to be the apa orang kata kalau you trendsetter. Wah, gitu. Okay, you're going to be the trendsetter for this format. Please make sure you read all the instructions given. Okay, read all the instruction given. It's very important for you to read before you start writing, because even today we have one small disagreement. Some people say it's 150, some people say it's 160, but depends. Okay, what I read, which you don't know, and it's not your fault and it's not my fault either, because the document might not have been given to you, but you have to know these things is important. How? You read from the paper. Whatever is written on the paper, that's what you do. Okay? So back to the structure. If you ask me, in the SPM question that was given, it's um, it's suitable for you to do not more than 5 paragraphs. First paragraph is the introduction, and you have 2 or 3 paragraphs for the body paragraph, and then you have 1 for conclusion. Make sure conclusion is very important. If you have limited time, please make time for conclusion. Please allocate time so that you have at least a decent conclusion. All right, because in this part, again, what's important is your point of view and the reason. So you have to state your stand, okay, both in the introduction and also in the conclusion. If you look at page 97, okay, let's go to page 97. If you don't have the book, I can add the page here for you. Hold on, give me some time. I have it in my folder. Mano. Document. Photos, English class. Okay, that's it. Okay, insert. Okay, over here. This is a very important part in your textbook. Okay, this is a very important part in the textbook. All the essays will have one plan. Okay, plan meaning they will suggest to you how to write the essay. Okay, one is the plan, and another that is important is the language bank. This is very important because you will always have the same problem when you write essays. I know, cikgu tak ada idea, cikgu tak tahu perkataan tu. So if you actually if you went through the lesson in the textbook itself alone only, you will have this, and they will guide you on how to write these essays. So let's look at the plan for paragraph 1. Introduce the topic and your opinion. So that's clear cut. You have to you have to state your topic and then also include your opinion. That's why just now, in the previous slide, I told you it's important for you to include your point of view. Okay. And then for paragraph 2, 3, and 4, like I said, sometimes it's 4 paragraphs, sometimes it's 5 paragraphs, depending on the number of points that you have that you want to bring forth in your argument. So you have this as your, what do you call that, body paragraph. Okay, all 4. And then for paragraph number 5, you have to summarize your opinion. Again, your opinion comes up here. Okay, summarize your opinion and add a comment. Okay, what does it mean by adding a comment? Adding a comment is still like giving your last or final say about the issue. Okay, why is it important for you to support or for you to go against the issue? All right. So this is available in your textbook. Okay, and actually for writing lessons, they will have 2 pages. They will start here. They will provide you with the words that you need. So if you have trouble writing, if you are not really good at using English, kalau rasa macam tak pandai lah bahasa Inggeris, tak tahulah, banyak perkataan lah, susah lah, you look at the topic and you can go through only the exercises in the textbook, and that would help you enough, hopefully. And I'm sure it's going to be really beneficial for you. Okay. Let's go back to what we discussed just now. Okay, now we have our structure. Let's say the structure that we are going to use here is intro, okay, body 1, body 2, and conclusion. Okay, so let's say the words that you are going to use is 150. You only have to divide these 4 paragraphs. Okay, sorry, you divide 150 with 4 paragraphs, and you would have approximately 25, I think. Am I right? No, 35. Yes, approximately 35 words per paragraph. So that means not more than 3 sentences, because I'm sure you tend to write longer sentences. Mesti akan tulis lebih. Okay. Let's go back to this one. Is your sound okay? Because my sound seems to have like okay, let's go back to this Jamboard here. Okay, what I have for you. I don't know what's the cricket sound. Am I boring you? Because I can hear crickets, literally crickets. Not even joking. Okay, let's just stop presenting. Amboi, ada dah bita sabri dah dalam session ni. Matilah saya. Okay, let's go back to this one. I think it's only my headphone. Okay. Thank you so much. I was worried. Okay. So we are referring to English download, Unit 6, page 78 to 79. The question is down there. I'm just going to make a comparison here, okay, about guided writing. Okay, this is the kind of question that you will get from the textbook, okay? And it says there 140 to 190 words, okay? You have been talking about crime and punishment in class. Now your teacher has asked you to write an essay for homework. Okay, see, it's like a punishment. You've been talking in class, and then your teacher asks you, you cakap banyak sangat, you buat satu essay for homework. Okay, write your essay using all the notes and giving reasons for your point of view. Okay, some people say that young offenders should be sent to an army camp for a while instead of being sent to prison. Is this a good or a bad idea for young offenders? So the notes are one, being punished for crime. Two, learning life skill. And three, it's empty here because in the previous lesson, according to the textbook, you have to come up with your own idea. Okay. Oh, sorry. Let's have a look at the question given in the buku format. You look at the difference. Okay, what is there and what is not? What isn't? Part 2, you must answer this question. Okay, it's a compulsory question, meaning you cannot choose, you have to answer. Write your answer in 125 to 150 words in an appropriate style. Okay, so question number 2, only one question here. Your class has been discussing how they spend their money, and your teacher has asked you to write an essay about what you would spend your money on. Ni lagi teruk, yang cakap tu your class, lepas tu yang kena denda you seorang. Okay, so in your essay, you should write about what you would like to buy, reasons for your choice, and where do you usually buy these things. Okay, so tengok dekat bawah, last kali tu. I hope that's the highlighter. Giving reasons, okay, for your point of view. So you have to have a point of view, your own opinion about it. Okay, what would you like to buy? This is your opinion, this one. And then reason for your choice. And the third one is only like an explanation of where would you buy those things, okay? The same as the previous question that can be seen in your textbook. Okay, nampak tak? The only difference is there is no explanation yang macam dalam textbook tu. Dalam textbook tu, in the textbook, there is an extra explanation here. Okay, some people say that young offenders should be sent to an army camp for a while instead of being sent to prison. Is this a good or a bad idea for young offenders? Tapi dalam soalan SPM yang sebenar, dia tak bagi you ayat macam tu. So, it might not be helpful if you were to depend on it too much. Okay, tapi it's clear enough what you're supposed to write. Okay, the question talks about how they spend their money and what you would spend your money on. Okay, so this is in the actual SPM question. If you know what to do for your SPM, it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, later we will try and do, we still have a lot of time, we'll try and do and write answers for this question. But for now, I just want you to see that it's actually similar except for that part where they have the explanation just now. That's why I reminded you all the time, all of my students, I ask you, I beg you, I implore you, please read. And when you read, you don't simply read. Use a highlighter, use a pen of a different color for you to underline, for you to, bring your attention to that part of the question in which you have to write 125 to 150 words only. I am not saying it should change, it should stay this way, but let's say they change, okay? Because we might never know. Okay, they might give you a different kind of question in terms of that little technical part, but I'm confident they are going to follow exactly as the buku format that they've given. So please make a mental note that it's not necessarily 160, 140, but whatever is written, that's your best bet. Whatever is written, you use that one. Okay? Is that clear? So far, I'm going to go back to classroom. Classroom pula. The chat room. If you have any questions, please ask now. Lagging, clear. Oh, clear as in no questions. Okay? Good?
Clear.
Very good.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. What about the others? So far, so good. Saya handsome. Alhamdulillah. Lagi? Yang lain? I have 229.
Good, sir.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Can we put any idioms? Of course you can. Okay, idioms. You love idioms. I know you love idioms. No questions. Clear. All right. We'll talk about idioms in a bit, okay? I just want to see responses from your friends. Can you give some idioms for us? Okay. Sir Handsome. Alhamdulillah. MashaAllah. Piece of cake. That's one idiom. Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay. Pasal idiom kan? Idiom and also the same as sophisticated words. Please don't overdo. I know you like to memorize. Okay, I know you like to make your essays look pretty. You know, you embezzle your essays with, like if you have idioms, jewelries, you put here, put there, put there, put there, and suddenly in a short essay, 150 words, you have 4, 5 idioms. Doesn't make sense. One is enough. And one, even if you don't have any idioms, it can be a good essay as well. Okay? Can be a good essay as well. Just now, one of you asked, is it considered as one word? Yes, it's considered as one word. Same goes to proper names. Let's say your school name is, like my school name used to be SMK Teluk Kumbar 2. So Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Teluk Kumbar 2, 6 words, right? Seems like a waste of space. So you change it to SMK Bhakti. So that's 4 words. It's the same. If it's a proper noun, it will be considered as 1 word. Okay? Same goes to compound words that uses hyphens. Okay? If the word uses a hyphen, then it's considered as 1 word. Okay? Make sure there's a difference, hyphen and dash. Idiom placement can get marks. If it makes sense, if it makes the essay more interesting, then yes. There is no specific point given for idiom. Contohlah macam kalau you anggap ada 4 idiom tambah 4 markah. That's not how it goes. Okay, that's not how it goes. We would mark the essay as a whole. We would read the essay, and if we feel like we understood the essay, it's very clear, it's very cohesive, it's very easy to understand, yet you show a good control of the language, then that would be an essay of a higher mark. Okay. If you want to use sophisticated words, make sure you use it correctly. You don't just sprinkle in like you sprinkle on top of your cakes. That's not how it works. Okay. You have to use it effectively and economically. Make sure it's right to the occasion. Um, that's how you use idioms and sophisticated words. Why do I say that? Because even your book says your level is B1 plus. So if you want to know, you go and check out what is B1 plus. What is the level for B1 plus in CEFR? So even if you write something that's not to say mediocre, but decent, good enough, easy to understand, and according to the task, you answer the question, you address the issue in the topic, then you will get more marks. That's how you do it. Okay. How do we know whether we are attempting the question correctly or not? Okay. Tengok kalau soalan macam ni, this is in the sample. So the question says, question 2, your class has been discussing how they spend their money and your teacher has asked you to write an essay about what you would spend your money on. So this here would be your topic, what your essay is going to be about. In your essay, you should write about what you would like to buy. Okay, that's the first thing in your first body paragraph. Reasons for your choice. Okay, reasons meaning it can be 2 or 3, but please don't make it too long. Okay. And then the third one is, where do you usually buy these things? It's actually very simple. It's given to you, hence the name guided writing. In Malay, it's called karangan berpandu. Okay, write your essay using all the notes and giving reasons for your point of view. Okay, let's have a look at this question. Okay, this question asks you, some people say that young offenders should be sent to an army camp for a while, okay? Instead of being sent to prison. Okay, I want to ask you, okay, ada question dekat sini, tapi saya habiskan question saya dulu I want to ask you, what is the type of question there? What is the style of writing? Is it persuasive? Is it informative? Or is it argumentative? The question that you see on the screen. Argumentative, Musharraf says. It's argumentative. What about the others? Argumentative. Argumentative, yes. Okay, so if this were to be an argumentative question, the style of writing that you are going to use is going to be very opinionated. You are going to be like macam cari gaduh gitu. Bukan cari gaduh, tapi you present your ideas, present reasons to support your opinion. You have to choose one side. Okay, you have to choose one side. So what are the two sides that we have in this question? The first side is offenders should be sent to army camp dulu. Okay, that's one side, side number 1. Side number 2 says young offenders should be sent to a prison. So two different things. If this were to be an argumentative question, and it is an argumentative question, please choose only one side. Okay, please choose only one side. If you say from the beginning you want them to be sent to army camp, please stick to your opinion. Okay, look at point number 1. How do you relate to point number 1? Write about being punished for crime. So you have to say whether You agree or not about being punished for crime? Okay, the obvious answer for being sent to army camp, of course, you don't want them to be punished, but at the same time, you can also say that they are actually being punished, but not as harsh as adult offenders. That's the difference there. Okay, so of course they are being sent to an army camp, but to improve their discipline. Okay, that's the kind of punishment that they have to undergo. Okay, and going to an army camp is not necessarily letting the problem slide. Okay, not necessarily letting the uh, criminal go just because he's a juvenile or she's a juvenile. Okay, and then if you talk about point number 2, learning life skill, that seems like it's going against being sent to prison. But at the same time, you can also say that in the prison, they also have workshops, okay, for them to learn life skills. It's just that it's more strict in a prison as compared to the army camp. So the argument to support you wanting them to be sent to an army camp is so that we take care of their maybe mental health or maybe their mental development and not turn them into psychopaths and things like that. All right. And you have to add your own idea. Okay. Just now there's a question from Nur Amira Husna. How about putting questions introduction in the introduction to make it more attractive to read? Okay. You can put anecdotes. Anecdotes ni cerita macam, but you make it like 2-3 sentences only. Okay, jangan panjang-panjang. Sorry. Anecdotes 1, question. Saya tulis lah. Sekejap. Nanti kalau saya bebel-bebel je, you might not get it. Let me shift to my iPad. Okay, I'm going to leave the other screen on. So, for introduction, what you can do is, kan sebenarnya, you can put questions if you want. You can put anecdotes. Okay, you can put quotes if you remember any quotes from anyone. Okay, the kind of things that you can memorize. These are the things that you can memorize. Okay, questions are usually rhetorical. Tahu rhetorical? Siapa tahu apa maksud rhetorical questions? Okay, cakap dengan dinding. Rhetorical questions are questions that are not meant to be answered. Okay, very good, Yazid. A question that doesn't have a real answer. It's like points to ponder, things that you think about. Okay, so you ask the questions only to, engage the reader. Okay, engage the reader. Maksudnya, bila kita tanya soalan tu kan, you are not expecting an answer. Okay, you might have the answer, but you don't put it out yet. You akan jawab balik dalam you punya conclusion. Macam tu. So that makes a well-rounded essay. You tanya soalan dalam introduction, you jawab soalan tu dalam conclusion. Alright? So that's questions. Anecdotes if you have stories. For example, if you're talking about, let's say, benefits of having a pet. Okay? You can come up with 3 sentences. Contoh you buat macam ni. I still remember that dark night when my parents weren't home. I was alone and my dog barked. When I went to check out what was happening, a burglar just ran away from my house. So, itu satu cerita, but it ended in just 3 sentences and you go straight to the next part, which is the opinion and the topic of your essay. That is why it is important to have a pet at home, because it can protect you. Faham tak? So, it happens only in 3 short sentences. It's a story, but you are talking about the benefits of having pets at home. Barulah bila masuk body paragraph tu, you akan cakap pasal benda lain and you use the remaining 120 words to support your argument. Okay? So that's how you use anecdotes. If you have quotes either from speeches or from famous people, if it's words of wisdom, anything at all that you fancy. Some people they just memorize these things and they would just put it in their essays. But make sure it makes sense. Okay, janganlah apa yang famous to be or not to be. Okay, the title is from Shakespeare. Kalau you letak to be or not to be, it's about life or death. And then suddenly you cakap pasal apa favorite ice cream. Contoh, favorite ice cream flavor. Janganlah macam tu, tak malah macam tu. Okay, must have connection. Okay. Iqmal Farhad tanya, can you please give an example of a rhetorical question? Okay, bolehlah. Kita tengok soalan yang essay ni. Kita tulis satu, saya akan tulis, I'll write for you one introduction. Okay. Some people say that young offenders should be sent to an army camp for a while instead of being sent to prison. Is this a good or a bad idea for young offenders? Okay, so I'll write here. I'm sorry, it's so awkward. I should have put the lobby music on, but never mind. I'm just gonna read what I'm writing. Being young does not mean that you would not be held responsible for your acts. If we do not apprehend you, tu ke apprehend? Betul lah. Or let's just use punish. If you do not punish you now, okay, that's a simple one. Okay, being young does not mean that you would not be held responsible for your acts. If we do not punish you now, then when should we? So, you nak cakap yang now's the time. Okay. Now's the time for us to punish you for whatever you are doing. Faham tak? So, the question is not being answered yet here in this part. After this sentence, you will continue with the body paragraph and then you will bring forth your argument. You akan tulis apa saja argument you, and then you will close, you will summarize your points in the conclusion, and you will answer the question. Contoh lah, now's the only time for us to act. If we are even a moment too late, the damage cannot be undone. Nampak tak? So dekat introduction you tanya soalan, dekat conclusion you jawab soalan tu. Alright, let's have a look at the question in the chat. Practice makes perfect. That's an idiom, if that's your question. And you can use it in introduction, yes. Kemudian, sir, is usually a fact question in part 2. Factual essay, saya rasa ada. Soalan dia akan jadi macam ni. This would be the kind of question that we have. Your class has been discussing about new ways to learn online. Your teacher has asked you to write an essay to explain the tools to be used in online learning. Contohlah. Okay, so that would be a factual essay. Factual ni dia boleh jadi argumentative jugalah. Cumanya the style that we use. Okay, style yang berbeza. Style memujuk. Okay, style macam argument kita nak bagi satu hujah. Berbeza lah macam tu. So itu style. Semua tu, all those are factual essays. Okay? Thank you for explaining. You're welcome. Got you. Can I write an idea about the benefits, then about the cons in one essay? If the question asks you to do both, comparative essay. Okay? Contoh, your teacher has asked you to write an essay to compare the benefits and the shortcomings in using handphones for online classes. Then boleh lah. Tapi I don't think we would have space for that sebab ada 3 je body paragraph. Okay? How to not stray away from our original idea. Wah, ni kalau jawapan saya dalam kelas saya kata ikat idea tu. Okay, how do you ikat your idea? You have the question right. Tadi kan kita ada question tu balik kepada this one. Let me present again. Resume presenting. Okay. So, soalan dia could be macam soalan dalam ni lah. Bila you ada soalan, dia kata write about being punished for crimes, learning life skill and your own idea. So, kalau tak mau, if you don't want to stray from your original idea, make sure you jot down your ideas here. Okay, tulis. How would I jot my ideas down? Selalunya saya akan buat a mini mind map, or kalau you suka apa map yang you baru belajar dekat sekolah tu, peta minda, peta I think. Saya selalu akan buat macam ni je. Okay, saya tarik, and then I would write whatever here. Okay. Lepas tu, as I go about writing my essay, saya akan cross atau saya akan tick. Oh, ni dah tulis, ni dah tulis. So, I would stick to the original framework that I have when I'm writing. Boleh, Musharraf? Okay. Other than that, I think there's no question from you guys. I want you to try. Okay, using this Jamboard, I've already shared with you the link. I'll share it again just in case. Okay, what I want you to do is choose any slides that you like. Ya Allah, banyak pula. Actually, I've put it here, but I don't think it would be much space for you to write. Walaupun ikut you punya bulan kan. So just choose one and then start writing your introduction dulu. Saya nak tengok if you can use questions, or if you want to use anecdotes, if you want to use stories, bukan stories, quotes in your essays. Try tengok. And then I'll read. Ignore the slides. Like if you want to use the empty slides also, you can still use it. But I just categorized it. I think you can see individually without having to refer to the screen, right? So you just go to the Jamboard and use. Please use text. Jangan guna pencil, gigih sangat. Jangan guna pencil untuk menulis. Use text. Please use text. I want to see if you can write anything. Apa tiba soalan? I see something here. Oh, that's my question. Masya Allah, what did you do to my question? Sian question saya. Hey, jangan kacau. Sengit lah korang ni. Oh, oh. Hilang dah. I don't see any answers yet. Just the introduction if you want me to check. You guys are crackheads. Come on. Janganlah macam ni. Sian dekat saya. This is an easier way. So I can see who's working on what. Apa ni mengarut? Tak ada jawapan pun. Come on. I'll give you some time if you really want to work. We have 15 minutes left. Is there anyone writing or not? I see one small note there. Nggak ada. A lot of people are on different slides, but nothing is happening.
Actually, what the question, sir? I still don't get what you're talking about.
What we have to
I'm
do?
sorry.
What we have to do, sir?
What you have to
Yes,
do
what we
now,
have
you
to do,
are.
sir.
How long already? You only ask now. Ask earlier lah. I said just now, use the Jamboard. Ni, over here, I give you the link to the Jamboard. You click here, there, and then you click there, and then you type lah. You type the introduction. See, speaking English Ganu already.
Introduction about anything lah.
Oh,
What we
the
want to
No,
introduction.
no. The question just now, the question on page 79.
Oh, okay, sorry.
It's okay. I'm not angry. Only speaking Ganu. Sekejap.
Speaking
So, if you use the
Jangan
text,
marah-marah.
tak marah. Mana boleh marah. Live kot. Marah-marah kena saman lagi. Okay. Let's say. Okay. Now you have the text. Okay. The question asks you about, some people say that young offenders should be sent to an army camp for a while instead of being sent to prison. Is this a good or a bad idea for young offenders? To send a child away from their family without a chance at making amends. Gitu. Wouldn't it be unfair to simply punish without educating. Another question. This is using a question to start your introduction. After all, children. Oh. Boleh pun nak kacau. Nak kacau. Aduh, pening nampak ni. Tak baik tau. Kacau kelas saya malam sekali saya hantar Makcik Karipak tepi tingkap. You guys are distracting me. Be fair. To simply punish and not educate. After all, children are blank slates for us adults to color, to shape. Be responsible and sending. Jangan lupa go back to the question. Army camp for rehabilitation. Ya Allah. Amends mean, buat, what do you call that? Amends mean, perbetulkan kesalahan, sorry. Alamak, how to type. Okay, how to type is you use this button on the right hand side. There's a box with the T inside. Okay, don't worry about people who are not behaving properly. Don't worry about it. We can always have other classes, and next time I think we can ask the admin to include those who are approved, who really want to learn. Then we can always have other sessions if you like. Okay, don't worry about me. I'm okay. I haven't had fun since the MCO started, so a little bit of you being naughty shouldn't be a problem to me. Okay. We have another 8 minutes. Oh, we have an answer. Nice. Let's go have a look. Is it absurd to put a troubled youth through harsh punishment at such a young age for their mistakes? Does the punishment fit the crime? Simple, straightforward, and good rhetorical questions. Okay. Absurd maksud dia pelik. Troubled youth is like youth is youngster or teenagers. Troubled is bermasalah. through harsh punishment, harsh tu adalah kasar, at such a young age for their mistakes. Betul. And then remember in your body paragraph, you must include the points for your apa ko namo? The points that goes back to the question. Okay. There's another one. All crime is a kind of disease and should be treated as such. Exactly. That was what Mahatma Gandhi said that relate to a crime. Okay, very good. Tapi mesti masukkan your opinion because you have to state your opinion on the issue, whether or not should they be sent to an army camp. That's a good one. I'll just check the other slides if there are any answers. Me? Is this an answer? However, I think, oh, kesian, mesti dia dah tulis tadi. Sorry, saya tak perasan. However, I think that the idea of sending them to an army camp is more reliable than doing time. Very good. Doing time is a word, is a phrase that is included in the language bank for the textbook, in the textbook. Then doing time in a prison for the wildlife. Wildlife for the short span of life. Maybe short span of life. Tukar. Definition. Definition eja dia NI lah. Ini ejaan dia NI. Definition. Okay. Common mistakes by students. Tak apalah. Whatever we get, whatever we can learn from the little that we have in here. Hello, I hope you are in the pink of health. Yang ini sangat-sangat famous dalam karangan surat bila you tanya khabar. Okay. I hope you are in the pink of health. I hope you are in the pink. I hope you are healthy. Pun boleh juga, tak ada masalah. And I don't think this is necessarily an idiom. Okay. And if it's overused, dia macam semua orang guna, dia dah tak macam tak special. So it's more special if you don't use it. Okay, I think that should be it. Let's go back. Okay. Okay. So, I think I'm going to give you one last chance to ask questions. If you have any more questions to ask before we go off, anything at all related to guided writing. How are you? I'm okay. I'm good. You can ask in the chat box if you want. If you don't have anything, then I think I shall stop. Any tips to stay on topic of an essay? Just now I gave a tip also to one of your friends. If you want to stay on topic, make sure you have a framework when you are writing. In the question itself, make sure you make notes, small notes, and then you cross out things that you've included, or you tick. You can tick or you can cross out things that you've included in your essay. That's how you stay on topic. Always refer to the question. Whatever you say, go back to the question. Can we put dialogue in the essay? This is a factual essay. I would suggest you not to. Save your dialogues for stories, okay, in part 3. Will we be penalized if we exceed the word limit? When I look at the rubric, you won't be penalized, but it would take away your time for the other sections. Okay, it would take your time to write. If you can be economical and very effective, Then just apa? Just write according to the word limit. Okay. How to confirm that you don't cross the topic? How to confirm that you don't cross the topic? Always refer to the question. Go back to the question. If the question wants you to choose either army camp or prison, your topic, your essay should only be about either one. Okay. Don't talk about anything else. Okay. It's a short essay. You should be able to maintain your focus. Okay. Especially if you have the framework. Okay. If we were to have any other sessions, then remind me to talk about how to generate ideas and how to write essays. And we try to write for today. I think I just managed to introduce you to guided writing, and I also walked you through the technicalities of it. What else do we have? What is the important criteria that you look for when you are marking an essay? I always look for understanding the essay. If I were to not be able to understand the essay, then I would have to reread and have to, make lots of annotations. Then that would be a problem. So make sure your essay is cohesive. Okay. How to enter this class next time? Ayo, look at the iklan lah. Your teacher will iklan for you. Okay, if you see my face there, then you enter lah. Other teacher also very nice. What? Okay, you have other teachers who are very experienced. PDCA classes, we always have teachers who are very well experienced in teaching. And I'm sure whoever is teaching, even your own teacher, we are actually talking about the same thing, whether you choose to listen or not. Okay, that's the only difference. For the content, is it compulsory to write example for each main point? Nope. As long as you answer the questions. Okay. Can we copy at the statement to write in the essay? Oh, you mean from the question? Can we copy at the statement to write in an essay? You can, but usually only for introduction and conclusion. Okay, so for body paragraph, it must be your idea from the notes. So that part, maybe you can take a bit from the notes. Okay. Teacher Izati here says content, organization, communicative achievement, and language. Yes, this is the rubric for marking. So what we look at when we are marking an essay, first is the content, and then how you organize your content. Communicative achievement is what I said just now, which is whether I understood your writing or not. And language is your, what do you call that? Grammar. That's the grammar part. So don't worry, you always have other parts to look at. But most importantly, make sure I understand. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to put, what do you call that? Idioms and sophisticated word. If that is all, I think that should be it. It's already 10:02. I've already taken away 2 minutes of your time. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for joining the class. Thank you so much for chipping in. Thank you so much for asking questions. All right. Hope to see you again. Have a good night. I hope I've helped you, the littlest that I did. And the shortcomings, I am so sorry. I'm also not well versed with this technology. But I hope to see you again. And I hope to talk to you again. You can leave the call now. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
sir. Bye
Thank you,
bye.
sir.
Bye bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
This is getting awkward. Leave.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Love you, sir.
Awesome. You're welcome. Go, go, go. Go sit.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you,
Okay, hope
sir.
to see you again. Yes. Thank you, Izati, for the backup.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir. May Allah isi
Welcome.
everything.
Thank you so much. You too, Amin. Waalaikumsalam.